Hello and welcome.
Welcome to As We Art, episode 11.
Oh,
This one goes to 11.
this one goes to 11.
Yes.
11 episodes. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Welcome. This is a YouTube channel. It's a podcast. And we're talking about the art that we're working on right now in the present moment. And we're talking about what inspires us right now. And this week we have a little something extra because we invited questions and we got some good ones.
Yes.
All right. So I'm Monica.
I'm Candace.
Welcome. If you're new here, we're so glad you're here. If you're a returning listener, thank you. Your support, your comments, your questions, we love it all.
Yep. We appreciate it. We're so happy you're here, and we're so happy we're here.
I know.
This is fun for us.
We thought it might be fun to do this, so we started, and without really knowing what we're getting into, we're learning as we go. We're definitely winging
so
it.
pardon any sound that happens.
That's fine. Got to move around. We have longer cords this week.
We've leveled up.
I feel so much freedom. So we are learning as we go. But to create this community of other artists, of other people doing creative things, we knew this would be fun. We thought it would be fun to see what other people are working on, but I really didn't know how much it would change my week.
Yes.
How much time I stop and put my phone down to go do some art. It's because of you, because I want to show you something every week. So thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for being here. Thanks for participating. We're so grateful for everyone that watches. We love building a community with you. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's really good. So again, if you're listening, that's awesome. If you're watching on YouTube, you're getting some extra visuals. But either way, it's worth following us on Instagram. We have As We Art Podcast.
Yes.
On Instagram. And the reason why that's key is because we're including a little carousel of pictures every week to go with each episode.
Yes.
I want to say show. This isn't a show.
It's a show. It's a 2-woman show.
To go with each chat, we're putting up some photos of some of the art we're talking about, some of the inspiration, but we're also adding some photos sent to us by listeners, viewers, friends, family, whatever people are working on.
All of the above.
I got to stop fidgeting with that new cord.
Yes. Here is the danger of getting you a longer cord. Now it's a toy.
Oh, gosh. Okay. That's all right. We're going to get started. So art. Candace, what art did you do this week?
I arted the hell out of it.
Yes.
No, I really focused on that lino cut that I had talked about last week. Our friend Val challenged us to make a visual representation of infinite pi, which we had talked about in episode 9 or whatever. So go back and check that out. And I've been working on a lino cut of my visual representation of infinite pi. And my first print was just my first round of prints, I should say, was just a print of the raw lino without any cuts made. And this week I transferred my pattern to the linoleum and did my first round of cuts for the first reduction print. So let me reach.
Before you show it, I want you guys to check Instagram because I took a picture of the cutting stage, the carving Candace was doing, and I'll throw that up on Instagram. You can't see how long the process is in this picture, but the tiny little detailed tools and all the little pieces that you've removed or off to the side. I'm just fascinated by that. So
it's fun. Carving's my favorite part for sure so far. So this is the lino. Anything that's dark gray, I didn't remove anything. Anything that's the lighter gray, that's where I cut away. So then I did a test print of this, a couple of test prints, because you want to make sure that you have cut deeply enough that things you don't want to show, don't show. So I did a test print. Ignore the splotchiness of it because the point is not to get a perfect print. But there was a little bit of chatter in here. That's what the things you don't want to show is called. These little lines, they're called chatter. So I went back in and cut those away and reprinted it to make sure that was gone. I also have a little circle over here that's not quite being represented the way I want it to be. So I'll be cutting more of that away. I haven't done that yet. But that's the first round of cutting. Once I get it cut the way I want and the test print looks good, then I will do the second round of printing of the next color on the lino on top of the purple squares, rectangles that I showed last week. So
this test print you did on white paper, it's a throwaway. You're not going to do a test on your purple ink yet.
No, those are like final copies. So you want it to be as perfected as it can be before you move on to printing on those. Because you only get one shot.
This is a lot of carving. It's a lot of detail. And again, if you're just listening, no problem. Check it out. I'll put a real detailed picture. We will post. I'm usually the one that posts.
Monica does the postings most of the time. So
Candace, thank God Candace does all the behind the scenes work on the video editing, and she has like music that introduces us, and I don't know, like
thumbnails and
like, click and follow. What did I say?
Such a bad YouTuber.
Oh my God, I'm the worst.
It's amazing.
I'm the worst. And this is not my first YouTube experience either, which is extra embarrassing that how bad I am.
You're not bad.
No, sorry, not how bad I am. How uninformed I am about YouTube. So when Candace and I were in full swing with our stained glass studio, which is called Glass Over Teakettle, which we're still doing. We still make art. We just stopped being public about it and putting YouTube videos up, which we might start again. We've had all these new subscribers, and I feel bad that we're not putting any content out.
Yeah, we'll see. Who knows?
But for that, Candace did all the editing behind the scenes and the titles or whatever you call them. You have to add
thumbnails and all that fun stuff.
Amazing stuff. Where I will go through and post still pictures, like just photographs on our social media. And then prior to that, years and years, I've been doing YouTube, which I haven't done for a while, but for like 5 years, I did YouTube videos for my teaching for non-native English speakers. And that's called American English with Monica.
Yes. Differentiating between British English. She teaches American English.
I did name my business American English with Monica right when I became certified in 2018. And it was because of that. I wasn't well versed and I couldn't and didn't want to commit to teaching British English, which a lot of the English exams are based on British English. But now I'm like, oh, why did I name it that? Because I'm not.
Change it.
Well, it turns out I have a lot of followers on that. American English with Monica. So yeah, you would think after all that experience, I might know a little more about YouTube, but I don't. And I pulled it up the other day. Candace and I were just looking through the YouTube. I never look at statistics or anything. And she's like,
you always say the YouTube.
The YouTube. She's like, you have like 10,000 people watching this video. And I'm like, eh. She's like, no, maybe if you make more. There's a lot of people asking questions. They want more. I suck. I mean, I didn't even respond to comments, which apparently helps.
Yeah.
I'll put some videos out there for all three: English, stained glass, and as we art. But the statistic part and the follow-up.
The analytics.
Ooh, that's not something that interests me, so I'm going to ignore it.
That's what I'm good at. So, hello.
And that is art. You have to constantly do behind the scenes stuff. So I appreciate it, Candace.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate your personality and being able to make videos because
fearlessly.
Much better at it than I am.
I will talk. I'll make mistakes. I don't care. We're here being real. We're being human. We're being creative. And we're really glad that you're all here along for the ride.
I just want you to know I gave you grief for messing with your headphone cord, and then I just caught myself doing it. So hypocrite over here, but
yeah, I mean,
it's hard not to mess with now that it's longer.
The other thing
is going to sit like this.
Well, the other problem with us messing with this cord is just the visual. We have our hands under a table and they're moving.
Yes, it's very strange.
It might not come out all right. So I'm like,
Don't
stop.
flag us, YouTube, please. Yeah. There's nothing weird happening.
Stop fondling the cord. Okay, my turn.
Yes.
Art?
What did you make this week, Monica?
What did I make? Okay, I finished cutting and grinding my current stained glass piece.
Woohoo!
When I say current, I have 3.
Depends on the day what current means.
I have my Harlem Renaissance literature cover. That one I did not work on this week. I have my beautiful woman reading a book under a tree, that piece called Zarifa. I did pick glass for her, but I did not work on that this week. Instead, I ground all the pieces from my yet to be named piece, and I'll show you.
I'll move your...
Thank you. This will look familiar to some of you because I did show the raw cuts last week, but it got totally all
Try not
meshed
to bonk your microphone cord.
Oh, okay. When I moved it out of the studio last week, I didn't have these frame. What are these called, baby?
They're a brand name. They're called Morton's.
Morton's.
It's like some sort of
Morton's.
Morton's system. Morton's.
I say it with a Boston accent. Morton's. So the Morton system is really helpful for stained glass artists. I should use it from the beginning for every project. I tend to put it on pretty late, and I don't even do all the thumbtacks, as you can see. But it keeps it in place. And if you're listening to this podcast and you're like, what is she talking about? Again, check us out on Instagram. It's a profile. I'm hoping genderless. It can be a man or a woman's profile with mirror glass. Next to their face is some clear, beautiful, sculptural, textured clear glass I found. And I was able to cut that all in one go so it flows right. And then I picked 5 different colors of glass to do all these different triangles and swirls going out of the mind or into the mind or both. So it's abstract. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, but I'm on to the next step. I'm going to foil each piece.
It's beautiful.
Oh, thanks.
It reminds me of like book pages coming out of a brain.
Book pages. Ooh.
I like it.
Okay. I like that. It's just so chaotic. This is my busy brain. It's a representation, but a lot of books going on in there.
Yep.
The next step is to add foil to each piece, and then I can solder. Oh, that's hard to do with trying to stay in frame. Mm-hmm. So anyway, we worked on art. I'm so happy, and we'd love to hear what you all worked on. We got some awesome updates from some people, some fiber arts.
Yes, lots of fiber arts.
Yeah,
Great.
but really different projects.
Yes, very cool. Our friend Katie, she showed us a bunch of these like crochet creatures she makes that are just kind of from her mind. Very cool.
Free form.
Very awesome.
She might start with a pattern or use a pattern, I'm not sure, but her end result is asymmetrical and funky and creative. Mm-hmm. And I love seeing that.
Yeah.
She did teach us a Japanese word, which we don't remember, so I'm not even going to try. But
we'll mess it up.
I will put it on when we do the post. But there's or maybe it was Marty that taught us.
Marty, who is also doing some fiber arts with crochet, is doing something in the same vein. These little, like critters that are crocheted and stuffed.
If you're listening, do you know the word? We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
We might be able to.
I feel like it starts with an A.
Oh, God. I don't know. We won't even try to guess. But if you know the word, Marty's watching this and knows the word. Katie's watching this and probably knows the word. But yes. Marty told us, he sent us pictures of some fingerless gloves that he made as a separate project,
awesome.
Which are like phenomenal and remind me of my 80s when I was obsessed with Madonna and wanted fingerless gloves. And my mother was like, no, you're not going to dress like her. You're 9. But I really I did get a lot of, I did get jelly bracelets like up the arm. That was super in, but I couldn't get fingerless gloves, which I just thought were So cool. So Marty crocheted fingerless gloves, which look amazing. We'll put that picture on this week's inspo and other artist creations. Mm-hmm. And we'll also put the Japanese word for these small little crocheted critters that are beyond
They're awesome.
Adorable.
Super imaginative, really cool.
Yeah. And I would imagine it takes a long time to get good enough to be able to stitch like that.
Yes.
Neither one of us have
I've
delved.
crocheted.
Oh.
I've made a couple scarves, and crochet's not my forte, I will say. The scarves were a little wonky. The counting gets to me. So, but yeah, it is not an easy art form. Crochet, fiber art. Yeah.
I did. And yeah, you're right. In my early 20s, I did make a scarf once crocheting, but certainly wasn't symmetrical. Mm-hmm. And it was wonky and yeah. But it hasn't been something we've gone back to. It doesn't mean we won't. We love trying different art forms. So we want to know from you if you're trying new art forms, you're perfecting an art form that you've been working on for a while. If you're brave enough to send us pictures, we'd love to see it.
Yeah.
We really appreciate when people share with us. That's awesome.
It's great. And you'll most likely get some sort of shout out for sharing. So, we appreciate it. It means a lot. Like we said, we're building a community that you're a part of, and we're so happy. So,
yeah. So let us know what you're working on, what you're trying, what activity, even if it doesn't fall under like an artistic definition, don't worry. Like, what are you doing with yourself, your human side, your creative side? We'd love to know.
Yep. That's great. Yeah. What's your inspiration this week, Monica?
Ooh, inspiration. Oh, there's so many sources of inspiration. I've been busy with music and reading, and I usually plan ahead on what to say. I know what I'm going to do.
Okay.
I'm going to, me, optimistic, happy Monica. I'm going to go a little dark again. I've done this before with inspiration. Ooh. My inspiration this week was Rejection.
Oh, that's a good inspiration.
No, it's not.
What happened?
Sucks. Being rejected sucks. It feels so shitty to have a no.
It's terrible.
I got rejected. One of my pieces of writing was not accepted to move forward in a writing contest. And I got to tell you, thank God we are filming this a few days out from that moment.
Different emotions now.
Different emotions.
They were raw. Yeah.
So it's funny to go back to episode 10 where I had submitted it. I was on top of the world. I was confident. I was so happy I submitted it. And then a few days later, I was like, oh, thank you for submitting. We're not moving forward with your story. And I'm like, oh, I'm shocked. And now I know rejections need to happen. That's a big part of it. But at first I was super bummed. Then I was like... This is so embarrassing. But I was like in denial. I'm like, oh, I'm going to get an email soon that they made a mistake. I promise you I thought that. It's so embarrassing to admit.
That seems pretty normal to me, like a pretty normal human reaction.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, a man read it. I got the email from a man's name and I assumed, I'm like, I just want a woman at this literature magazine to read it and she'll get it. Because it's...
You were going through the stages of grief and denial is one of them.
I was like angry, denying. I'm like, oh, the wrong person read it. Clearly someone else.
Yes.
No, it needed to be rejected. And let me tell you why, my dear, dear audience. I have had people read this short story. I had professors read this short story, and I was praised by professors and family and friends for this short story called Doing Time with Virginia Woolf, about two women in a prison cell. After it was rejected, I went back a couple days later. This was like in the last couple days. And I realized it's not a story. It's not a story. There is no character arc. What it is a very interesting setting, of course, right? A prison cell, two women. It has some interesting conversation and dialogue and topics brought up. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. But it's not a story. And it was so good for me to realize this on my own. And it took me stepping away from it, getting rid of the emotional side and looking at it from an editor's point of view. It also helped to read other stories in these magazines and realize there's a change. A character goes through a change, even in a short story, most likely. An essay is different. You don't have to have a character go through a change in an essay. And I was trying to combine, because there's some realistic autobiographical elements in this short story. And I was in between essay and story. So I'm going to go back and make this a real work on this setting, beautiful setting, awesome points I'm making in the dialogue.
And really well written.
Thank you. But I'm going to make it a story. And I was like, I had so much calm relief when I thought that. So rejection was my inspiration. And it was so hard at first. And I'm embarrassed to admit that my true thoughts. I can't believe I said that.
I think that's totally normal. I don't think you should be embarrassed. I think it's a totally normal arc of thoughts to have when you're rejected. I mean, I think everybody would be like, no, there's some kind of mistake.
But also, I actually started thinking, this helped me a lot too. A lot of people don't even put themselves out there to be rejected.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because of that fear. There's that fear of rejection. As someone who lives with fear all the time, I can tell you.
Yeah.
That fear of rejection, I would say, stops 90% of people.
Yeah, it might. Putting your art out there. We all get rejected, right? We've all had job interviews we wanted and didn't get. We've all liked people in life. We had a crush on someone. They didn't like us back. Okay, we get rejected in different ways throughout life. But this was a good one. It was really good. So that was my inspiration. And then you sent me a little screenshot of something that said, I don't know, I'm going to paraphrase, but if you knew that your yes was going to come after 500 rejections, after 500 no's, wouldn't you be so happy every time you got a no, because you're racking them up and getting closer and closer to that yes? And that attitude really helped, because with writing in particular, I've read this from every published writer, all the blogs, all the writers that I've researched, they all say 30 to 50 rejections per yes is a really good normal ratio. So there we have it. My inspiration.
Well, I think it says a lot about you as a human to be able to turn it around and look at it and be like, oh, there is something that needs to change.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I think a lot of people wouldn't be able to do that. It would be very difficult for me to do that. So
thank you. Yeah, I wasn't going to be like, I'm never going to write again. Like, I wasn't acting like I might have taken a rejection differently when I was young and been like, oh, I must suck. Time to move on. I don't feel that way.
Yeah.
But thank you for that. Thank you for listening. That was a big moment of release. And that was my inspo this week. So, Candace, inspiration for you.
That was great. That was my inspiration. Monica's rejection. No. My inspiration this week is something I'm not usually inspired by. I will say that. My inspiration was kind of a change in routine, a change of scenery, a change in the norm. Normally, I'm a very routine person. I feel very safe in routines. I am very good at finding the most effective and efficient way to do something and then not deviating from that because it is the most effective way. So this week we went on a drive in some areas we've never been. It was
without GPS.
Without GPS, yeah. It was beautiful to see something new and just experience something with fresh eyes. I have to remember how good that feels because I do get very bogged down and nervous about change. So I don't know. It was inspiring for me. We also went to a restaurant and ate dinner, which
at the restaurant.
It was lunch, but
not for takeout. We
not
sat
takeout.
in a restaurant. It's
we
been a while.
haven't done that in a very long time. We love to cook at home. We're both very avid home cookers. Probably comes from years of working in a restaurant and never cooking at home for me. But we ate at a restaurant. That was fun. So just some deviation from the norm this week was inspirational for me, which is in and of itself a deviation from the norm because I love a routine.
You really do.
Yeah.
Remember our commutes to our jobs in Boston?
Yeah, we both used to work in Boston. It was quite the trip every morning. It's 2 hours minimum each way for us.
Yeah, we get to the train station and I'd walk to my job, Candace would walk to hers.
Yep.
And on a couple of occasions, and I don't remember why, maybe I didn't have to be at work that early or something, I walked with Candace. I was like, show me your route, whatever. And the couple of times we did that, I noticed it was the same exact route down to the crosswalk, like which street she would cross at and which sidewalk she would stay on. And she's in Boston. There's public art. There's a park. This was near downtown Crossing.
Never saw it.
She never like walked through the park on her lunch break. I'm like, I took a different route to my office every day. And sometimes I'd go down alleys I'd never been down or go through the park in a different way. I could never do the same walk every day. But like Candace said, to her point, to be efficient is something Candace strives for, or comfort zone of a routine, a familiar thing. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah, I think it's more comfort zone for me. I think it just eliminates what I perceive as like unwanted results or unwanted risks and things I can't control.
What if I get lost?
Control problem, but that's all right. Not with other people, just with myself.
Yeah, you were really comfortable with the routines. And so I loved walking with Candace and inviting her to like, let's go down this street. Let's go see this sculpture. I just love the variety. So it really was a big deal this week. And I'm glad you mentioned that as inspo. Breaking out from the norm, putting the phone away, driving down roads we just hadn't been down. Let's go see what we can find. It was so fun. And I was really glad you initiated it.
Yeah, it was different. It was fun, and it was great. It was inspirational for me this week. So
yeah. So what about you out there listening? Are you more of the type of person that sticks to a routine and familiar, like you have your daily thing, or something you're just so used to doing in a very specific way? Or are you, which is great, that's how Candace is, and it really works well for your life. Are you like me, where every time you do something, even if it's something you think you've done before, it's a new adventure because you change it up purposely and it takes 8 times longer? You know, I'm just thinking about my stained glass project that would have gone better had I followed my pattern. I didn't.
Well, it looks great.
Thank you.
You got the great result in the end.
I got there, but the long way. I took the long way there. But we're just curious. Are you
Pretend it's the first round of Sex in the City. Are you a Candace or a Monica?
Well, I don't get it.
Are you a Miranda or a Carrie or?
I don't get first.
Don't you remember people when Sex in the City first came out? They'd be like, "Are you a Charlotte or are you more of a Miranda?" Like
I've done that
would
with
characterize their personalities based on which Sex in the City character they matched with more.
Got it.
Anyway,
no, I think that happens with a lot of shows. Friends, Harry Potter, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I'm like, I'm a Gryffindor, not a fucking Hufflepuff, but you got Slytherin. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Hufflepuff.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what the characteristics were, but anyway, TV shows and movies, what character are you like? But if you're watching As We Art or listening to As We Art, are you more on Candace's side of thinking the comfort zone of familiarity, or are you inspired by the freedom of taking risks and trying new things, like every chance you get? So, all right. One new addition we're doing this week is we got questions. And this was so awesome. We invited people to ask us questions. We got a couple, which is great. But it's too many to do it because we want to keep these around a half hour or shorter.
Yep.
So we'll just add a question to the end of some episodes. So if you have a specific question for us, you can message us, put it in a comment on YouTube or Instagram, and we should see it and we can include it. So this week, what is your dream art project?
It was a very good question. I really had to think hard about it.
Okay.
Do you want to go first or you want me to go first?
I did not have to think hard.
Oh, good. You go first then.
I have 2 answers. The first one involves stained glass. I've always wanted to make a life-sized tree, a gigantic sculpture for public art for the purpose of just people walking by and seeing a big, beautiful, colorful tree. in some city somewhere, I don't care where, but I have it in my mind to build this sculptural, gigantic, experimental stained glass tree.
That's awesome.
I love thinking about it.
Nice.
It will happen. I just know that because I visualize it all the time. The other dream art project that I'm going to throw in there is certainly published writing. I have a separate project of nonfiction personal essays that I want as a collection, which is great. That's going well. But I also really want to get into being a better storyteller, character arc, and be able to have published a book that is a published book or books of short stories or fiction or even plays or screenplays, something like that. So I have stained glass dreams and writing dreams, and these are going to be a reality. I don't think this is too far fetched for me. I mean, I'm like, when can I do it by? Give me a 1 year deadline,
you
3-year deadline.
Yesterday. So.
Yeah. So I love this question because I'm always thinking about new art projects, but those are like the big milestones right now in my life. How about you?
So mine was kind of a two-parter as well, because like my dream project, I couldn't really like think of one initially. I did come up with one that truly is a dream project, but I like to dabble in a lot of different things. So I'm a stained glass artist, just like Monica. I also recently started doing lino cuts. Eventually, I'd love to learn how to throw pottery. I've done some painting, some sculpting. I like to kind of just mess around and learn what I can in different aspects of things. I do that with music. I have a drum kit that I could be learning on, but have not. And I would like to get into that. So my dream project was kind of hard to pick because I like to learn a bunch of different things and just have those experiences. So, but I finally like narrowed it down to what I think my ultimate dream project at this moment would be, which is I would love to create a film or a short film where I am responsible for almost every aspect of it. So I want to write the screenplay. I want to direct. I'd love to do the casting. I don't want to act.
Oh, I was going to ask, are you in? No. Okay. Not in front of the camera.
You have to have a face that emotes to act, and I lack that. Okay. So, but I'd love to be responsible for the music for the movie, choosing the music, and then also making like the poster art, the promotional art.
Oh, yeah.
So
I love that dream. What would the genre of film be?
Knowing me, it would probably be like a horror or thriller type genre with some humor in there.
Okay.
But I don't know. I also just kind of like the idea of like maybe having a movie having something to do with music, or I don't know. I haven't gotten that far yet, but
yeah. Hey, dreams start with the thought. This question came in. We're so grateful for it. And you have this idea. So you're not like, this is happening, I can do this within a year. This is
no, this is like, it'll probably take me a year to brainstorm anything about it.
Okay.
But, yeah.
That's so exciting. So now it's your turn out there. We want to know, like, just use your imagination. Don't worry about like budget or skills or what you need. What is that dream art project for you?
Yeah.
We would love to know. Think big. We'd love to know. Thank you so much for being here. Episode 11. Oh my gosh.
Double digits and longer headphone cords.
Yes. Thank God. I don't know if it helped at all because we were both fidgeting with the cords, but we hope that this video worked out sound-wise with these new cords. We'll know soon. Yeah. We only do one take. There is no script, obviously. So here we are, as we art.
As we art, yep.
Thank you so much for being here. We truly look forward to this moment every week, sharing with you and then hearing what you're doing. So thank you, and we will see you next week.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Bye.